What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, the Indiana Fever take game one against the Las Vegas Aces. The Indiana Fever take game one against the Las Vegas Aces. And an amazing, an amazing year this year. And with the Aces losing this one on their home court, has to sing a little bit. It just has to sing a little bit because losing on your home court, you basically don't want to lose at home. You basically don't want to lose on your home court. And honestly, I think there is like a lot of things that just didn't go right in this game for the Aces. A lot of a Aces team with AJ Wilson, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, a amazing head coach in Becky Hammond, that loses this first game to the Fever that is dealing with injury, on how the Fever was going, how was the Fever was going. I've been talking about how the Fever and how this team, how the Indiana Fever would be. I've been saying this all year, that I thought that Caitlin Clark coming back another year after making the playoffs, like she isn't playing right now in the playoffs. But the Fever right now, the Indiana Fever, are just doing Indiana Fever things. I could say, watching this game, that the Fever was just ready. Yes, the Aces have AJ Wilson, who won MVP, co-defense player of the year. But when you say that you're going to go into Las Vegas game one and just do what you were set out to do, is win a game. Caitlin Clark did not play. And if the Fever is able somehow, some way to beat the Aces, I'm saying from like when it's game two, and that the Aces are going to come out with a lot of firepower. I think the Aces aren't going to back down game two. Because I seen this from the Aces. I basically seen this from the Aces. Is that when the Aces lose a game by 53 or 10 or 15, they come back the next game like it's nothing. And we're going to see, what I'm thinking is that I'm going to see the Aces come back a little bit smarter, a little bit harder, because if you're going to let Indiana put up 89 points on you, let the Fever put 89 points on you, don't I think for a second here is that the Indiana Fever, after winning game one, like, it's cool to win game one. You had to get game one out of the way. But when I say that the Aces might come back a little bit smarter, a little bit better, they got a good group. Like, both of these teams aren't going to back down just because of the fact of both of these teams are in different situations. Like the Indiana Fever not having Caitlin Clark this playoffs, not being healthy. Like we looked how the Indiana Fever played against. I looked how the Indiana Fever played against the Atlanta Dream the last round, and how they went to game 3, and how Indiana played in that game 3. If somehow Elaine Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and that Indiana Fever team can go out there and say, okay, let's win this game. Let's win this series. Which they can honestly do, but I do not see at this point the Aces going home in 5. I do not see that. I can see Indiana. I can see the Aces, making this a series. Because when you got the MVP and AJ Wilson, when you got the co-defense player of the year and AJ Wilson. AJ, if we let me bring this up. If we did not see how Aja played game 3 against the Seattle Storm, if we did not see that, we would be talking about, I would be talking about how the Storm went against the Fever right now, or the Dream against the Storm. The reason I bring that up is because when I looked at both of these teams, like, I'm going to have to say it, is that both of these teams want to get to the finals. And if you want to get to the finals, you're going to have to play a certain way. You're going to have to play hard. And if this is going to be a current thing where we see the Aces drop game 2, drop game 3, which I hope they don't. But when you look at it and you say, well, possibly the Aces losing at home is just not the way that the Aces play. No, that's not the way that the Aces play, in my opinion. the way that the Aces play is a way that they want to get easy money buckets. They want to get Aja involved. They want to get Jackie Young involved. Chelsea Gray involved. They want to get Joy Loyce involved. Like, if somehow, if I said the Aces won this game, if the Aces won this game, totally different game if the Aces won this. Because the Aces, they have a great coach in Becky Hammon. They have a great coach in Becky Hammon. They have a good roster. They have Aja Wilson. You just can't at this point, like, it's one, you got game one out. You got game one out. You got that out of the way. But when you lose 89-73 yesterday, you're kind of asking yourself, like, what part in the quarter did the Aces screw up at? And I'm going to get into that. But let's get into the box scores here. So, let's see Hope. 6 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 35 minutes for the Indiana Fever. Howard, 22 minutes, 11 boards, 3 boards, 12 points. Elaine Boston, 29 minutes, 11 boards, 5 assists, 6 points. Kelsey Mitchell, 34 minutes, 1 board, 3 assists, 34 points. You let Kelsey Mitchell just go for 34 points. And Kelsey Mitchell has had an amazing season since Caitlin Clark been out. How great Caitlin Clark is as a WNBA player. This Fever team could honestly win a championship without Caitlin. But with Caitlin makes them more better. Because the fact is here, the big factor is, if you're going to let Kelsey Mitchell go off for 34 points on you, geez, like you gotta figure out how to send double teams to. You gotta figure out how to send double teams to Kelsey Mitchell. The Aces have to figure out how to send either double teams or triple teams to Kelsey Mitchell. Because if you're able to, probably, D up on Kelsey Mitchell, who an amazing season here, who is having an amazing playoff season right now, then you could say that this team honestly wanted to win And we could honestly say right now that if somehow the Aces let Kelsey Mitchell go off again, go off, and put up 34, like, she's bowling right now. Like, she's getting those easy money buckets. She's getting those easy money assists. Like, is there any way to stop the fact that Kelsey Mitchell dropped 34? I don't think there's an easy way for Kelsey Mitchell that she dropped 34. I think the backcourt of Kelsey Mitchell, Sims right now, in the front court of Howard and Lane Boston, it's way too easy for Indiana. Because what I think is that teams game plan for their best players, like a Caitlin Clark, like a Angel Reese, like a A'ja Wilson, like a Breanna Stewart. They game plan for those players. And when I say that Kelsey Mitchell is having an amazing season here, and she's putting up 34 on the Aces, how are you going to game plan that better? And how are you going to do that most better? Because doing it a certain way, having a game plan a certain way, the Aces are going to have to come in game 2 and either let Kelsey Mitchell, which I think, like, basketball is supposed to be fun. Okay? Basketball is supposed to be fun. But I think at the same time, if you are going to let Kelsey Mitchell put up 34 points on you, you just let her beat y'all. You let the Las Vegas Aces let the Fever beat them with Kelsey Mitchell. Like, this is something that I would say we could probably see. We could probably see, like, Kelsey Mitchell scoring 34 again. But on the Aces side of things, for the Aces, Bell, 16 minutes, 1 assist. A'ja Wilson, 34 minutes, 13 points. 34 minutes, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 16 points. A'ja Wilson had, in that Storm series, she gave up the ball 9 times and took 5 shots in that Storm series in game 2. Now, I'm going to say this. A'ja Wilson is the GOAT. is one of the GOATs, in my opinion, for the WNBA. She is one of the GOATs in the WNBA, in my opinion. She is going to be a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. When A'ja Wilson's career is all said and done, she's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Because if you're able to win 4 MVPs and get a co-defense player of the year, that's GOAT status to me. But the way that A'ja played, getting 13 rebounds, like, that's easy for her, getting 13 rebounds. But scoring 16 points, like, yeah, you can say that Elaine Boston probably made it more of a challenge for her. Elaine Boston made it more of a challenge for A'ja, I believe. Because if you're going to hold A'ja above 21 points, like, that means you did something special. But Jackie Young, 35 minutes, 19 points, 2 assists, 7 boards. Chelsea Gray, 34 minutes, 5 boards, 4 assists, 13 points. Like, I'm going to bring this up. You basically have a big three of Jackie Young, A'ja Wilson, and Chelsea Gray for the Aces. Like, you can say that the Aces might come back game 2 with a lot of firepower. Because they're going to hit those easy money buckets. They're going to get those easy money assists. They're going to get those easy money rebounds. Like, you can say losing 89-73 probably is going to be a good sign for them to understand that this team isn't going to hang around. They're going to fight, and with the Fever winning this game without Caitlin, it seems like after game 1, like, the Fever might have a chance to go to the finals. But the reason why I bring that up is because, for one, both of these teams are interesting. But it's going to be a tough back and forth. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody, and peace.